literally important. Amazing. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. We have this working. I need to leave right now. Give me a second. Then. Fuck. Okay. Uh, Fuck. How can I forget the fucking fun like that? How amazing. Anyways, here we are. So, let me copy this. It goes into this. I don't have this open yet. Shut up, Discord. Uh, Close that thing down. Come over here. Announcements. Us. Goes where. Uh-huh. What else? Right, what's next? Yeah, start the timer. Yeah, I need to open video. Amazing. I learned something interesting. Basically, Bio has literally no way for you to change the thing. You can't, in any manner whatsoever, no matter what you want, you can't ever get to include a. Okay, the version that I have of Bido, let's say like that. That version that I have doesn't let you. Are we streaming with delay? No. That version doesn't let you at all modify the. Not modify, add a prop. Somehow, Gaso wins. In that sense, probably. I have to actually think how it is, probably. Yeah. That's my take. That's my understanding of the current situation. But it's better than nothing, I guess, so. Yeah. At least we have this. And, no, being honest, it actually is quite well in terms of, yeah. You would actually have wanted it to not be this horrible, this annoying, so to speak, you know? And instead it is. It is not much. It remains the same thing that it has been for so long. It doesn't have anything of itself. It doesn't add anything to the formula, basically. That's crazy. At least for me, that's crazy. I don't know, man. I think that it should not be like that. It's good that things don't all possess an importance, true, but I don't think that it is good that it something as simple as what half of the things available similar to it can do is not present on this one software, no matter what. And okay, no. Also, is it so loud? There we go. I have the volume decreased. Why is it lying? What's lying, brother? For some reason it says that it is lying, and I have no clue what it is. I am going to lose it. No way we are going to have multiple streams where all of this is lying for no explainable reason whatsoever. That's annoying. Can happen, but it shouldn't happen. Man. Welcome, Daniel. Hope you're very good. Has been a while. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Here we are still setting up. I have to actually open the answer. I have forgotten about that. Let me do this. Always use direct X11. Yeah. Welcome. The question as always is, how are you doing? Hope you are doing good. And so far myself, I am fine. I think so, yeah. That's the quick summary so far. Also, can I get... The fuck is that dog? A dog was dying out there almost for some reason. Can't happen. There we go, the game is open now. Oh yes, where are you? Here. Let me activate the audio. There we go. Yeah, we have a little bit. Now I am not losing any more frames for some reason. Understandable. Sorry, wait. What? Mucho texto. Let me see. Now I can actually read. One of the amazing disadvantages battling a bit with that things you mentioned. Yeah. Able to hang out in more streams. Well, nice. Yeah. Good. I am quite happy. So many problems have appeared because of that, but also not because of that. Once you fix a situation, something, let me translation anyways, it's the same thing. Good morning. Something, yeah, so many possibilities, but also the whole fact of it didn't bring any problem with itself. The reality is once you get to fix one thing, you realize all the other issues that are lying around, and that's when it becomes problematic, and that's where I found out that, yeah, I am trying to not crash the fuck out because of those other things. But yeah, can absolutely happen for God knows why. But anyways, point is, I hope then you're recording well enough. I don't know. I don't really think there is much that I can say. Remember to take your medicine. That's incredibly important. So I hope you're doing that. And I don't know. No, okay. There is something important as always. The only issue is it's fundamental enough that one supposes that the medical professional itself remembers to tell the patients how much this matters. Don't stress too much out the thing. I not my friend, but the friend of a friend had to go through a major surgery, and something that he was told was basically, you need to not stress too much. A major part of the recovery lies on your capacity to not feel bad about what is happening to you. Even if it is bad, you need to stay cheerful. The proper explanation is in accordance with how the immune system of oneself needs to have all of that imbalance and needs to not be in such a depressed state. So basically that. I'm saying, I hope somebody actually proper told you that. But yeah, great to know that it is going well at least. And if it needs to take long, it's good. It has to take however long it has to take. Don't worry about it. What matters is that life continues after that. So stay cheerful, man. But anyways, thank you for helping. It's good enough. Thank you. Don't worry. As I said, it's understandable. I don't know. Today I almost yeah. I had one day in which I had to go out. I ended up having an accident, and unavoidably for like 2 weeks straight I couldn't do anything stream related. Don't worry about it. Sometimes things happen, and for like retraining, but like this, man's yeah. Train constantly plus stay positive. Yeah, I mean, also when you have to do like physical activity, you realize almost instantaneously it's so fucking hard sometimes and so absolutely stressful to be interested in doing something, but at the same time not being really capable of doing anything and not being capable of actually enjoying anything as much. But it's about the concept of I get too much in my own mind in the present. It will pass and the rest of my life will get to not have this issue. I just need to focus on like suffering as much as I need to right now so that later on I don't, because I chose to not endure the thing properly, I end up moving forward with something that hasn't fully healed, for example. Not exactly in terms of with those exact words. You can always, if you listen to that from a different perspective, you can actually say it's incredibly toxic, which I won't disagree, but it's out the aspect of, yeah, you just need to be, it's fine to be tired, it's amazing to be tired, actually. It shows that you're doing your part, but it also matters to remember that the tiredness itself is not you. Don't let that shadow win, you know? Don't let that part of you that says, oh, fuck it, I fucking hate this. Becoming really nice and understandable. Zero desire to go out in the snow? Yeah, can happen. Now, things are also slowly getting better here, like, we're in that time of the year where everywhere it's getting minimally decent. So, nowadays, I could also try to go out, and sometimes it's hard to say, fuck, do I really need to stay inside? Can I not really go out there? But yeah, it's not exactly as tough, but it can take a toll. Don't let that break you down. Something about having other entertainments, but you also have those, you know. Let's go. Nah, I don't think so. It will be amazing, but I don't really. Probably from the place in which I live, I don't think there is like anything. You have proper infrastructure for streaming in different countries. I am pretty sure, at least in my city, you don't have that. I would need to go to somewhere like in Argentina. I think only Buenos Aires is available. If it isn't Buenos Aires, it's another incredibly rich city, not mine. So I don't have the desire to go to those places. I don't know them. I have zero clue how they are, but it will be good one day when 2040, when technology gets good enough that we can do things without so many worries about the place itself in which you are doing them, would be so great. But anyways, let me set up the thing. Let me do it. Am I actually capturing the hello pic? Are you being captured? Yes. There we go. Here we are. Continue run. You're not going to continue any run. Yes. it was so amazing last time. The current goal is to try to win a run, basically. I never finished one, so basically trying to do that, and the current goal was close enough. Not really close enough, like only the first checkpoint. And what happened was my internet fucking died. It has been like a recurrent theme. After getting a new PC, now my internet dies. I'm speedrunning. No, I'm not speedrunning. I'm not speedrunning. I don't know how to speedrun. I'm playing it by myself because why? Great question. Very amazing question. I don't worry about it. Because I wanted to win. That's it. It's the what? How do you know that story? Maybe you have never in your whole life heard about it. That whole there is a guy that has a rock. He has to go up and down, and the process, the analysis is there is enjoyment in the action itself, even if it can be somewhat painful. So it's basically that applied to this pretty much. Sisyphus, exactly. One has to imagine Sisyphus happy. Holy shit. Give me the cannon. Back the cannon. True. Like 10% less heavy. Amazing. But no, yeah. That's just, I don't know. I think it's minimally. I have an issue actually. I realized I like games. I like playing stuff here. But the problem is the stuff that I like to play ends up being way too high intensity. So we cannot really play much stuff without me out of nowhere having to become like a fucking zombie, going like dead center on what's happening and whatnot. And I still like to talk about this stuff. So I think this is might be right. Yeah, probably actually. I have seen it. I remember like the only thing that made it popular in for me was the whole Northern Lion rant of get it twisted, your life doesn't matter, get it twisted, you're a go in the system, and all of that. It's a rage game, probably. Yeah, I think there are some of those parrots, but yeah, I have seen it. I think at some point perhaps taking into consideration how they work, perhaps those are good choices. Yeah, I I haven't really thought out in particular that game, but yeah, it's great, and it isn't really that hard compared to other really rage games, or not that unfair, rather. Like I don't know, Cat Mario. Oh my god, we have everything. Okay, this is the run. This is the run. I can tell you already. But yeah, I was saying, it's not as hard as something like a Cat Mario or any of the I wanna be the thing, you know? Ah! No! Anyways, a little bit of damage, we have a bandage, doesn't matter. You fuck up, you can continue. I wanna be the Washi? Yeah. I wanna be the... I don't know, there are so many I wanna be the Hatsune Miku, no? I remember at some point in my life, I checked out their page and they have so many, like, I wanna be the thing is like a whole game engine, so there are, from that page, so many of that same genre, or from that same motor, basically. It's an amazing game, or it's an amazing community, and I think there are even nowadays stuff being created, but yeah. My point was, compared to that, something like the Sisyphus game didn't seem to be that unfair. Didn't seem to. It's not like I actually know what I'm talking about. This doesn't seem that far from it. What are you talking about? Have you actually seen Pig? Like, Pig is absolutely mechanical based in my view, in my eyes. You fall down the right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but here there are almost no things that you don't understand happening around you. Like in the Sisyphus game, I remember there is, for example, an entire area that has a lot of things that always push you back, no matter what you do. And the fun was seeing the reaction of the streamers getting absolutely pissed off by that. Here, there are almost no quote-unquote unfair areas. The concept is, you need to figure out how to actually get up. You only need to understand the map, and you wouldn't know, probably not. I don't think so. I think, okay, you can probably call it a rage game the moment in which you're playing with other people. In that instant, I am quite sure it absolutely becomes a rage game. It has too many issues of, I can troll another person, like, you have this mechanic. I am holding right click, and I am extending my hand. Okay, when you're playing with another person, you do this, you grab them, and you help them up. But the moment in which I let go, the person falls down and fucking dies. So, you can troll a lot, but it's more like a, what do they call it? Streamer slope, basically, in terms of, it doesn't really rely on the skills, but rather on the group to have those, oh no, you fucked me up, you screwed me over, man, and such. But yeah, that's how I see it. As a standalone game, it's actually quite doable, so to speak. Not entirely thesis, but also, is there anything here? Do you get more tools like grapple hooks and stuff? Okay, it has a mechanic. Let me see if I can actually find. Okay, there is one. I cannot actually show you that one because it's too fucking far away. But there you go. You saw me utilizing a grappling hook here. You find them on boxes. The game has boxes spread around the mountain, and the concept is you find them as you try to go up. Limited use, yeah. You can, I don't know if you can actually see it because the resolution might be like incredibly tiny, so. No! Amazing. You didn't see anything, don't worry. I was saying. You have limited uses, and you find them in those boxes. That is one box, that is another box. No, the problem was me. I literally almost killed myself. You don't understand. The game is fine. I almost fell down the hill. It's the competitivity of the person making the wishes to achieve far more than what you're actually capable of, driving you to do actions that you later on regret entirely, but that you can't ever admit were bad, and so you just keep on moving forward without admitting what is the problem. The problem is not the game, the problem is myself, but interesting single player. I mean, probably to some degree it's like, it's incredibly fast. Once you play it with people, I have seen it's so much faster. It's like two completely different games, basically. Can I stand on this? Yes. Amazing. 1 pixel to stand on. It has a lot of elements of things. Holy shit. Of things like. I have to assume you have played it, right? Skyrim. You know when you have to go up the hills and you start glitching the fuck out of stuff? Okay, it's the same thing. You have to find places where you can stand so you can regain a little bit of movement, or where you can walk, basically. It's the same thing. That's why it's amazing. What the fuck is this? Okay. That's the first area, basically. Or almost. Doesn't take that long. How? Here? It's French slope. That's the only problem. It's so French slope that sometimes it has incredibly basic stuff that is overpowered once you learn to use it. Like, not so long ago, it became quote-unquote famous. There is a mechanic with which you can ragdoll. Okay, that same thing became popular because they found out with that ragdoll, as like any physics-based game, you can abuse the rag. You could, past tense, you could abuse the ragdoll system to basically glitch the entire game to literally win from the very base of the mountain. So it was the funniest thing that happened. But well, that's, as I said, yeah, that's the peak. And we cannot see anything down here. Thank you so much. You can get a glimpse of it somewhere, like order. Okay. Through this. But yeah. Anyways, besides all of this gaming related stuff. Now the next area reveals. That's amazing. Lags for a second. But out of nowhere, the next part is open. And also, what was behind you disappears. So you cannot go back, you can only go up. Do you get it? It's a reference to the human spirit from the smallest of places. One can only hope for the best. And the person is forced then to look forward as the rest of their life lies ahead. Does it go infinitely? I think it is like 4 levels, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, it's what's the... There is a proper term. I might as well not remember it. The whole concept of not using exactly, oh no, it's AI generated, no, or maps. The simple map generation stuff. And they have a system. No, I cannot show you that. Amazing. Amazing. They have a system basically by which every single day new islands generate, and the island is the same preset for everyone. It's like you take a seed, and the seed doesn't apply for this one player. The seed applies for every single player across the world for each day. Like, okay, let's say like this. It's like every single day you're playing the seed of the day. In Isaac, you know? The same thing. Daily run. Exactly. Yeah. There is no preset. Besides, I think, obviously, the tutorial area. I think that one has... Holy mossy around them. No! That was a mandrake. Amazing. That was a mandrake. It had a fucking face. Doesn't matter. So working at this game sometimes. Anyways, also, this area has an enemy. It's amazing. There is a mushroom guy that comes running at you. Fall damage? Yeah, there is fall damage, but I only took a little bit. And I try to not take as much because there is a problem with the fall damage. If you take enough, you become almost fucking crippled. So when you're trying to go up a mountain, it might as well be the best idea to not take so much damage, actually. But yeah. Anything else? I don't know. I have no clue how to go up, actually. Here. Okay. Meta progression? No, there is also no meta progression. Oh, well, no, the only meta progression that the game has available actually are skins. Like, it's not exactly skins. It's things that you can activate on your character, like hats and badges, basically. That's a scarab, that's aggressive, but it doesn't matter. We don't care about the scarab. Welcome, Cisse. Hope you're doing very well. Here we are, continuing. Laying peak, continue with pick. I have yet to win, so that's why we are still on this game. We are bound to be here until one day I can finally win, and we are freed from this curse. Can you fuck off? Fuck. Ah, okay, it doesn't do damage at least. Ah, here is the guy, here is the enemy, here is the fucking enemy. Okay. I need to actually run the fuck out. Okay, no, I'm probably there. That's the run for this time around, actually. This is over. This is entirely over. I am... Thank God it missed. Let me... Okay, I healed myself entirely. Can I run the fuck out of here? I don't know how, but somehow I escaped. Did I? Perhaps I didn't. Holy shit! Can you stop following me? Okay. Anyways, doesn't matter. Fuck you. No. It will take a lot away from the single player. Yes, it does. That's why, sadly, actually, when you play in single player, there are like 3 or 4 more enemies following you all around the place. It makes... the idea is basically you have more challenges once you're playing single player. If you aren't, no issue whatsoever. If you are... Holy... the fuck out of here. Give me this. Okay. Wait. There is a very basic way to combat this guy, and that is, once again, to use this. Physics. Okay, he died. There we go. Amazing. Beautiful. He dies. After a certain amount of time, he dies. Amazing. Anyways, I was trying to say before I got incredibly scared. Excuse me. I actually forgot I got the nerves. Ah, yeah. Something. Since I came. Hope you were doing great. Sorry for the screaming. It's not intentional. Also, I got infected. Probably I'm going to die. I need to heal it, actually. Yes. There we go. And give me anything. Okay, so now we can actually progress without any issue whatsoever. The problem is... this area has only that enemy. Okay. And what the other things that you saw before, the scarabs basically chasing you around the place, but they are nothing. They don't matter at all compared to the fungus guy who can literally kill you. The scarabs who just knock you around have no role here. But yeah, I was saying. I don't know. Yeah, the mushroom. No. Oh. Your what is getting so amazing. You're so fresh, so amazing. No, I saw it. Thank you. No, thank you for coming. Don't worry. At some point, yeah. Whenever you're feeling right, we will be here. Things are going to remain the same. Hopefully for a long enough time. So don't worry. Have your rest. Thank you. Ah, yeah. So, but I was gonna take full damage. I need to find from here the next area. That's the problem. The next zone that seems the most plausible to move towards. Yes. Can I sound water? Can I somehow jump higher? No, right? Like, what happens if I play a fucking fall down? Amazing. I don't have to not do that anymore. Also poison. Entirely getting poison. Thanks. There has to be... Oh. Over here, an area? Yeah. But what else? Anyway. What? Green spot? Yes. Here? No. Doesn't count. Here. Ah, amazing. There we go. Basically, I don't know. I haven't actually continuing to study as always. It's amazing to get that opportunity. So it's something always, at least for me, yes. Yet another mandrake. 2 mandrakes in this area, really? How common are they? And why am I getting so lower? What's going on? Slowly killing myself by doing this. Okay, yeah, no, that's enough. Enough of this. Enough of this nonsense. The problem is where to. Need to get down, yes. No! I love my mandrake. My screaming mandrake. Here. Yeah. Has to be. Has to be? Ah, yeah, okay, it's actually here. Okay. Yeah, I was saying, sorry, that something that I haven't continued to do, like as always, there is the only other constant besides me trying to be here, not exactly always being here, trying to be here, is the reality that, yeah, in most cases I try to continue studying and whatnot, and this time around I have found myself with a lot of information related to, I don't know, I'm actually studying a lot out development and whatnot, so that's one thing. But besides that whole, to some degree, not exactly difficult, but rather way to, huh? I actually not do that. I must back to the game. What? Oh my god! The winds! Fuck! Wait a second. Okay, bro. Are we all? Yeah, bro. No. Need to get out of this piece of land. From here, bro. Yeah, there we go. Amazing. Great. I was saying that, yeah, besides that, a lot of water consumption. I have actually one quote-unquote theory, like not exactly the main thing to go for in terms of this is the only idea that I had, but present enough in my mind to say, this seems to be potentially interesting. The only issue in that sense is that, obviously it's a theory. I don't have exactly like a hypothesis, rather. It's not a completely cemented theory, like, I know, what you can find in more serious places in regards to entirely proper definitions and whatnot. It's more of an assumption of mine and not much else. So, yeah. Even if that is the case, I don't think it is entirely bad. It's okay. No. To some degree, also, it's not like I am that much of a clever person. I did think a little bit about it, but a lot of that also came from the analysis of other things that some far more informed. It's so beautiful. Something that always is useful is the capacity, the time that one can utilize in seeing what other people say about similar notions, because in this case, I found a guy who was commenting on similar stuff from his own perspective, unavoidably, but still clearly enough so that I could also, I myself, end up with a lot of thoughts after that, and a lot of ideas and notions to probably, in some way, at the release, let's say, try to utilize and try to extrapolate from. And okay, where do I go from here? Do we actually have anywhere to go from here? I think not, right? Like, I am kind of screwed, right? Something tells me. But yeah, I was saying, the whole consumption of knowledge from other people is in itself quite an advantage. And I don't know, I feel like unavoidably it's complicated to some degree to talk out of that in the sense of, yeah, the norm should be that we all learn to listen to others and whatnot. I understand that doesn't mean that I can do it myself. Can I sit? Like, can you stay still? Okay, there we go. Yeah. I need you to stay in that place, my man. Like, I see where I have to go. That's my current point, actually. Oh my god! I almost killed myself. I also actually, like, I'm amazing. Okay. Okay. Kinda lost a lot of progress because of that. Can happen. What did I throw? Was that a medicinal root? Probably. I hope it wasn't. And if it was, and I actually lost... Oh my god! Good enough. The medicinal root itself doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to what you love the most to win anything else. Life is about sacrifices. You have to let go of what you love so that you can earn something even greater in return. But only in the commitment of this, it is that a person can find the other parts that they were wishing for. Also, can I move over here? Can I move? Oh, no, don't be like that, man. Wait. You can let me stay over here, really? Yes, you can. You can absolutely let me stay over here. 1 pixel, oh my god, what a great video, man. What I don't really like is that this poisonous cloud is like 10 times bigger than what I can actually endure myself, so... Okay, I'm saved. Wow. Game actually helped me with what is supposed to be a debuff? Who would have expected? No! I am literally inside of the cloud, so totally getting poisoned. Can happen. Would you like to get poisoned? Don't you know? What are we, if not made to be poisoned? Do I wait the poison out? Nothing else? Like, really? What a bad solution. Can I sit here? No, can I throw myself there? I needed to do that. I really needed to do that. Oh my god. Yeah. Luggage? Luggage. Wow. Chocolate bar. Amazing. And from here, how far did I fall down? No! Also, there is like a suitcase over there. Excuse me, but I want that. Can I get there? No, I can't. Perhaps I can, like... There is one here, there is one over there, so... I get this, I also... Go over here. And wait. No! I don't have any more kill? No! I fucked up. Okay, I am going to die. Kill myself. Can't happen. Do you never fail? Do you never encounter things that you do wrong? Anyways. Also, quick question, because I saw that when we were starting stream. How is OES doing? We haven't had any frames dropped. Good enough, I guess, then somehow, if that's the case, nothing to actually complain about then. If that's the case, implying that that is actually the case. If it isn't, I will probably crash out a little bit. But well, let me hire it actually first. Yeah. Okay, first part was sorted out. I need to only get to the second one. And that one was also to some degree understood, I think so. If I play well enough, I shouldn't die, actually. Anyways, was trying to say that something that I have realized happens a lot in these cases is what I was mentioning in relation to it's wonderful to have the possibility of consuming knowledge from other people there is always the notion of you are listening to a professor of yours, and the professor is always going to be a superior in terms of how much they actually understand about the things that you're trying to talk out and whatnot. Therefore, that makes that one person always have such a difference in notions from you that you can only learn. There is not much to actually reflect on, basically. Okay, besides that, there is also the realm of, and I am also enjoying the benefit of getting to listen to somebody who, at least in my eyes, is not a teacher, is not somebody far superior to me. Like, when you're talking particularly with those who want to orient creative people, quote unquote, you always hear that you need to be around people who are close to your same level, not so far away, something like that, basically, in terms of notions and ideas and the capacity to conceptualize out things also. Okay, inside of all of that, it is that I finally heard something useful, because it wasn't even being expressed directly. That's why I feel like it was useful, simply put. Something wonderful always from these sort of conversations is I can tell you something that I know a lot about. And if you also possess your own handful of knowledge about any other field, you are given the possibility of utilizing that information for the things that you want to talk out from your own perspective. And that lets you be far more not only critical but capable of introspecting into the matter, so to speak. You can grasp a lot more things once you can actually share once again the notions. They can be incredibly basic, it doesn't truly matter. The point is, big lollipop, I don't really want this. The point is that you can share stuff to the point to which you end up with the benefit of saying, okay, so we can see this, and from what you told me, I can also extract this other degree of understanding, and from those superpositions of knowledge, it is that it finally happens, that something else is brought forward. Okay, anyways, theory besides, in terms of why that happens, the thing that I actually wanted to talk about is I realized something very interesting. I don't think I have been consuming that much information related to this myself in terms of actively listening to it nowadays, but the moment in which I did, it made enough sense for me. There is that whole... You have two layers, more like 3 or 4 layers of the same handful pieces of knowledge which are discussed that are all related to theories out, not just in its basic form. It is power in its most developed modes. It also has a lot to do with what now we used to call the state and whatnot, but not so much from the political aspect, but rather from the notions of, okay, what is dictating the things that happen in those spaces, basically? What is making the things that we consume, the things that we are accustomed to hearing, be that way? And why are they also called at all normal, so to speak? Like, you don't truly have the necessity to say that it is fine to talk about certain things. You have the obligation to do so from the very beginning. But what occurs within that is that unavoidably, despite you later on being capable of forming your own opinions, you are also, while you are trying to do that, while you are trying to understand things from your own perspective, you also have the gift, quote unquote, of listening to what others have to say about the same things. The society as the thing that dictates the notions that we have out the world and the way in which we tend to speak about most of the things that we do, basically. What do we have here? Give me this. And give me this. There we go. Now, I think I can just go ahead from here. I was literally here last time. I took these breeds, actually. Amazing. But yeah, I was saying. Basically, what happens in relation to that is that the person then gets in the encounters with society. There are always pieces related to how I myself associate with the opinions that I get to hear and the things that I get to quote-unquote understand, based around what we all define as, in many cases, the simple form is the norm. The more elaborated ways end up being more about the particular goods and the particular specific modes of understanding anything that has to do with greatness and whatnot. And inside all of that, there is a particular subset of things that are also called the appropriate popular things. There are some things, for example, an easy example, societally speaking, nowadays it is appropriate to talk about, I don't know, for example, we are playing a game. It is fine for us to do so, but it isn't, while it is popular, it isn't fine for any one of us to talk about this whole layer of internet that exists and all the content that it contains associated with the quote-unquote the pseudo notion of dark web and whatnot. What we used to delineate, basically, to separate and assign a subset of spaces which are not acceptable, which are popular but not for the good reasons. Like, a different example would be something along the lines of, we talk about what this guy was doing with... Can I actually get to a safe place? Yes, no, yes. Yes, oh, okay, amazing. I thought there wasn't. Excuse me. What this guy... I'm trying to avoid specific names, but unavoidably it became popular enough to understand why. It's a good example. Yeah, this guy, is it really necessary? Unavoidably, I already committed to it, so let me bring it forward. You know, Jeffrey Epstein, unavoidably, he became such a famous figure out of nowhere. Not so suddenly, like, yeah, nobody literally knew about his existence ever. No, not from that side, not that conversation, but rather the aspect of, yeah, that person. Remedy fungus? What? There was a remedy fungus? What the fuck? How did I never know about that? How did I walk next to this and skip that? Anyway. Was saying, yeah, there is this guy who we know about and who we understand did a handful of things, and he became popular to some degree. He also became a figure of memes, even if he himself shouldn't have been so, because we all understand that it is quote-unquote bad to talk about stuff of that sort. No! I cannot set it down because it fucking flies off. You have no clue how funny that is. You have a... There we go. Where is the rope? Where is the rope? I was starting to actually get scared. Anyways. Do I need the scout cannon? No. I will take this. I'll take this. I'll take this. I'll take this. Take this. 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 Okay, there we go. Anything else? No, okay, whatever. So I was saying. Basically, that yeah, there is that guy, and there is all the stuff that he did, and all the stuff that he became famous for, and the understandable, disagreeable aspect of this person shouldn't have really become famous. Not that we chose to give him fame, but unavoidably, we understood to some degree. You can do a later on analysis and tell us to why it actually happened, but point is, we understand that it isn't actually all that great to talk about such a controversial figure, even if we do, and even if it is the norm for all of us to nowadays have him in our minds. Like, he has captured so many of the conversations, or so many of the terms that we utilize within our conversations nowadays, that it is understood then that, yeah, he lies in the realm of the unpopular, quote-unquote, illegal terms that we illegal popular conversations, or unfamous known discussions that we have, basically, to the point to which, in the end, now we know that on one hand, yeah, we have him existing. On the other hand, we also do not want to fully acknowledge his existence. We don't fully want to include him inside of what we are talking about. It's not all that necessary. We know that he is, but we don't need him to be to continue talking about anything ourselves. But besides that basic aspect, what happens with that, once again, it's just an example. What happens with those notions is many of these kinds of Sanderas, so to speak, exist within any society, basically. The whole aspect of, yeah, we all say that it is fine to talk about this handful of things, but not about this other handful. Also, wait. Holy fuck! Oh my god. I actually got scared. I didn't know it was going to explode. I should have assumed it was going to, no? Like, nowadays you see a fungus, yeah, mushroom that it is fucking inflated like that. What do we assume is going to happen? Also, can I not get blown away by the wind? Can you stop? Can you stop? There. Purple strawberry. But yeah, I was saying basically that stuff like that exists, and we understand that it does. Okay, but in a deeper conversation in terms of, and nowadays there seems to be quite a difficult relationship, not exactly with the things that we have in conversations now, but rather with the whole aspect of what is deciding what are we talking about and what is dictating the stuff that we say is fine to go on about and such. There are some things that shouldn't be so popular, supposedly, not like we truly know if they should or not. We just say that they shouldn't be, because it seems to be, for us, more acceptable to have this handful of conversations be than these other ones and such. Also, oh my god. Wind? Also, can I eat this mushroom? Like, probably I'm going to kill myself by doing so, but little bit of mushroom, not really doesn't it? What can I do? Ah! My oh shit, fucking mushroom guy. I am there. I am so there, bro. Can I sit still? Over here? No, I can't. Good enough. I broke my spine. Amazing. That was an absolute freefall. Good morning, brother. Thank you so much for scaring me. Was a good run. Anyway, I was trying to say, basically, that yeah, one of the things that happens then nowadays is, besides the important notion, first of them, as I said before, is that yeah, you need to be capable of grasping that sometimes we have things that we say are good and things that we say are bad, and both of them can coexist in the public discourse, so to speak. Discourse understood as anything that has to do with conversations, not as the political discourse, but rather, mainstream notions and such. Okay, that's a different way to talk about the same thing. Those two things exist, and from that then comes the nature of the role that the quote-unquote state plays in dictating how we associate with all of them. The basic idea is always, when you talk about these theories in plural, is that it seems to be the case, it always is accepted, that you are going to be bound by many theories, by many notions themselves that have a lot to do not exactly with what you want nor care about, but rather with what we are accustomed, what we are accustomed to hearing is fine, even if we ourselves don't really care about that. We hear enough times that this is not a problem for us to be talking about, not a problem for us to be interested in, so they get denominated as fine. They get called the acceptable things. Like most people, although we possess an understanding about the things that are also bad, we always try to remain in the realm of only the legal mainstream, basically. Unavoidably, that is something always complicated from the perspective of, but ideally, it's a company that we only state that in most cases almost everyone has some degree of contact with what is considered the illegal popular conversations. Once again, like, I in that case, I guess you can even utilize it as a proper example. Even if you didn't want to learn about that, you were being forced to know about the whole existence of Jeffrey Epstein and the whole things that he did at some point, as long as you were participating in the conversations around your place and whatnot. There was nothing to do about that, and there is, once again, nothing to really change in that sense. What the fuck does this thing do? So let me eat this. Also, if I can go from here, like, where did I go from there? Or here? No, it cannot be, right? I got here? No way. Did I? I think I could have. Anyways, I was saying basically that yeah, it happens that we all should not get involved. We still anyways do. Like, it's an unavoidable aspect of our existence that at some point or another you're going to find out and you're going to be talking about those notions. Not doesn't matter exactly why, because that's not the point so much. What matters is something funny that I got to see then associated to this notion was, nowadays there are a lot of things related to algorithmic generations of how we should be interacting with content, not from our perspective, but rather from what, once again, those very same algorithms can declare, can understand are popular things and are desirable things and whatnot. So in those places it is that we are, yet again, in the realm of the substantial things. In anywhere else, we're only talking out stuff that we can assume is fine, or we can assume at the very least isn't controversial enough to cause any problem for us if we talk about them. Let me... Why do I still have the... No. I want to throw it away, actually. I know where I have it. Let me actually throw it over. You know what? Fuck the cannon.
Lloyd family.
Welcome. Welcome and thank you for that. Also, did you hear that double? Probably. Most probably could. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Where do I drop off? Here? Can I drop off there? No. Perhaps I don't. What is it? Hope you're doing well, Flower. Yes. And I was in the whole... I'm trying to explain something. That's the current context. Let me... Can I actually get up there? Like, without killing myself? Do you have... I think I need the food that I actually consumed. Perhaps. No. Here, yeah. There we are. Amazing. And from here onto here. Can I actually grab here? Like, no way. Go ahead, man. No, let me pass through. There we are. Amazing. Anyway. I was trying to explain then. Quick recapitulation. It's a theory of social discourse. Discourse understood as mainstream conversations, not the political discourse, basically. So yeah, I somehow haven't really gotten exactly to the point anyway, so doesn't surprise me. Doesn't me at all. I was trying to aim at the notion that something funny happens whenever I try to think out that from the perspective of nowadays. We have algorithms, yeah, I was explaining the algorithms. What happens within the algorithms is something incredibly funny in relation to how we seem to have so much of our life dictated by them. Not that we truly are in terms of you are controlled only by the things that you are getting told and you're getting shown by the exterior forces and by the media and by the anything. Like, if you want to call things algorithms, you could go as far as calling even the newspaper a form of algorithmic media, because in itself it is still based on the notion of, yeah, The consumer seems to be interested in this handful of notes that we're presenting to them, so we understand that this is what we should be aiming at showing more. So this means, therefore, that we are going to increase our sales on that. Yes, even that can be categorized to some degree as a proto-algorithmic function in... I don't actually remember to which theory it belongs. Point is, it belongs to a notion related to how everything tries to dictate how you behave. And within that, there is a certain conversation that I don't really see much happening. Nowadays, with the current, present day algorithms, something that does occur is, sadly, a lot of what we encounter in the present day gets totally decided by the external algorithm itself without any proper input. There is always a conversation of, yeah, I have to try myself to make sure that I am consuming and focusing on what I want and being part of the conversations. That can I take the backpacks? What happens if I do this? Nothing. I was too greedy. Also, big lollipop doesn't work for me. And you, what do you have? Anti-rope. Anti-rope cannon. Amazing. Okay. Apple. Apple. Le big apple. One apple? Nothing else? Bruh. Okay. That's good enough, I guess. Like 0.5 more seconds of energy at least. But yeah, point was, basically, in the current algorithms, as long... okay, you can actually say it like this. As long as you're not being an active consumer of the things that you have an interest on, and you are merely being moved by the stuff that gets shoved in your face, in terms of not exactly obviously being such a person that is forced only to have that in front of them, there is always a degree of, I consciously believe that I am assuming that this is good. Proper explanation. When you're talking about the present, the most intense algorithms of this kind, you're talking about the stuff like TikTok and Shorts and I guess Reels. What else? I think a Snapchat has the same functionality and whatnot. And all of those things basically have the problem of, well, to some degree, you have to dictate. I think it is around like 30% of what you consume. Everything else is a constant trial and error of, let's see what this person is willing to watch that isn't directly related to their interests. And the problem ends up becoming that it does its work amazingly well, to the point to which you end up forgetting that you are still being tested as a subject of, yeah, let's see if you like this thing, let's see if you like this other content, because unavoidably the machine can understand well enough what you like to not make you suffer, basically. But within that whole consumption happens the problem of, I actually don't really care about this thing, and I don't really realize that I do not want that much to consume this piece of information myself. I know that it doesn't matter that much, but I cannot consciously entirely avoid it. Also, here, okay, we're on the very same place in which I died last time, so no. Me when wins. Pero, here. But the mushroom, is this the good one? Yes. Have to assume, and if not, I died, probably. Doesn't matter. Actually, let me lock in for a second because I wanted to kill myself while moving here. here and this was the incredibly troublesome mushroom. Yeah, because it is too much. Oh my god. Yet again. Yeah. I love my glitchy surfaces. Let me get up here. There we go. Amazing. Good enough. Okay. From here. I could shoot the rope over here, probably. I should. Yeah, you know what? What? No, I threw it directly into the cascade. Doesn't matter. Probably if I let go. You wanna let go? Throw. Oh, it actually doesn't matter. There we go. Amazing. Amazing. Beautiful placement. What happened? Ah, here I have it. Here I have it. I can eat this stuff while hanging from the rope? I didn't know that. Okay, I see. Let me get over here. After that I continue. Thank you. No. Don't blow me away. Can you? Please not. No. Okay, there we go, there we go. Good enough? Sort of. I don't have a heal? Yes, I do actually. So I'm not that bad. I can actually sit here, no? Yeah. I think. Yeah, I should not do that thing ever, and I should not jump while going up. The music? Oh my god, I'm close to finishing this area. You don't get it, you don't get it. Need to finish. I need to get it done. I need to... My ego is going to take another failure. Cry myself to sleep this night if I don't win. Don't say that. There we go. Amazing. Is it? Is it that amazing? Okay, anyway, I was saying. But yeah, basically the concept is then the moment in which you get to not... You believe that you have a lot of willpower when it comes to what you are consuming at the moment. Suddenly, it isn't so much the case because currently there are so many things working in order to decide that for us, and the point that I was trying to reach with particularly the notion of I am actually getting sold a lot of things from outside, like once again with anything that is short format, it became the trend to insist on the term that they utilize really is the consumer, not the respectful manner to respect the person, the human way is me as just another viewer, I guess. But the term that they utilize on a whether is not that, the term is simply, yeah, you as the consumer, you are being targeted with as many things that minimally fit your scheme of taste, but doesn't entirely do so, so that you can slowly get moved towards a more desirable place. And that desirable place has the problem of how can we truly understand what is desirable in some cases? Because what you might want to consume might not be good for us and might not be not exactly bad in terms of, oh wow, we are going to radicalize you in any one direction, but at the very least it's going to happen that you're not going to be interested in consuming or anything like that, so that's bad. We want you to serve the system, you know, we don't want you to literally do nothing in relation to what we are selling you and such, so you need to be willing to interact with us in that way at the very least. And because of that, then you're always getting tested, getting, I don't want to say the wrong word, shoved down your face. God knows how many things until you can finally shift your interest. And this becomes a problem once you actually realize, I am quite, I have, from who I used to be to right now, I have changed, even if a little bit, enough to not be myself anymore. Can you stop growing? There we go, thank you. What the? Oh my god, oh my god. No, no! Strong wind, no! Fuck, anyway, can't happen. Can you stop? Okay, we're fine, we're fine. Sweating bullets. Fucking game, anyway. I was trying to say, am I stuck here? No. That it happens then, that you become something else, and despite it being whatever, to some degree, sometimes it doesn't really have to be that bad entirely. Like, there is a notion of, it can be, no, good enough to be, as a person, more in conversation with what we can call the popular opinion and whatnot. Like, one of the hypothetical functions, what reality is nowadays is quite different, but one of the hypothetical functions of this very same thing is you get told enough times what matters, you get told, shown, and forced to consume things so that you can't distance yourself from the populi. Not because we want you to stay a sheep, but simply because we don't want you to become the black sheep in terms of the one who thinks entirely different and who puts themselves at a risk for doing so, therefore. So, by having this consideration, it is that you, by the system having this consideration, it is that you get, quote unquote, enabled to remain present. But I guess, really that begs the question of how much does that actually matter in terms of, oh yeah, you know what's popular? Rage bait. Do we truly want to watch rage bait content? I don't think so. I don't feel like it actually matters that much. Like, I can watch a little bit of it, but I don't think my life doesn't really become that much better if I watch 1,000 hours of rage bait content. Holy, oh! I missed. Sometimes you have to. What are you doing? No! No! Don't, no. I think the biggest debuff actually is the wind. Even the fungus, guys, not as complicated as the fucking wind. Where do I go from here? Here? Can I get here? Can I get here actually? Like, no way. This is the plane. Yeah. Next is here. So, it happens, but the conclusion ends up being, okay, I get moved from what I used to be myself. There is a lot of despersonalization forced onto oneself. Holy moly. Is that a dead person? That has to be a... What the fuck is that? That's a fungus, right? Like, I think I can see like 3 pixels from here, and they seem to be like funguses. So, goodbye. At least, why is it AFK? What happened? But yeah, what's saying? Then, once enough of those encounters are present, and once the person gets modified in that way, there is a second layer of enforcement of this very same mechanism nowadays, and that's the problem with the current model in terms of... I didn't really think about it so much, but there is a lot of vetoing and no conversation about what matters and what seems to be important and what seems to be the acceptable thing and what not. Not okay. Before I mentioned the notion of I have no food. Great. Sometimes the culture and the populace and whatnot decide what works and what operates and what serves the purpose of an important point to talk about, because it is acceptable enough for it to do so. So it gains the possibility of deciding for everyone then what matters and what not. What do I actually do from here? Here? Alright, line. Something tells me that... What the... I forgot I could walk onto it. My favorite... I don't know if it is intentional at all. Like, something tells me it isn't. I wonder what, no? Like... I wonder... Why does it not look intentional? That you can walk on leaves. There we go. Amazing. Can we get much higher, I'd say? Can we? Actually, I think I'm almost on the same place as before. So meaningful. Holy. And here? What do I do from here? I'm literally at the border and I cannot do anything because I have no food. What happens if I take this? Like, does it heal my hunger? Unavoidably it doesn't. Who could have expected that a health pack doesn't kill your hunger? Wow, surprising. I am so blown away. But sometimes you have to try crazy things. To be... perhaps? No, I don't think so. If you tell me that that much is what I need to get here, I am... No way! Okay. Great enough. Amazing. It was actually true. Can I get a piece of place to sit on? Doesn't work. Doesn't matter. I guess there is no place to get to. No way. There is literally none. What happened with the world generation over here? I'm about to die. I'm about to fucking die. Yes. I forgot that I have the beacons. Don't worry about it. What? Sleep? No. No. It was... You know what? We have to take the risk. I have to approach... What the fuck? Wasn't there a guy over here? At some point there was a person lying here. Now there isn't anymore. So... They are so great. Haven't saved by the timer moving on. Also, there is like the fog mechanic. How the hell does that work in terms of... I have never in my whole life seen the fog rise enough to actually get me. How do people die to the fog? What are they doing? Chai mushroom. What do you do? You don't give me poison, so you're good. No! Fuck. Okay, okay. Okay, didn't take any fall damage. Amazing. So, I can go over there. If I point somewhere, you can see it on my hand. I just... Wow. Amazing. This game is so advanced, so technologically advanced. Beautiful. Anyway, I was trying to say that, yeah, the whole notion revolves around the aspect of was intentional because we had to discover these layers. Was absolutely intentional. Script the stream. Fake streamer. Ah. Amazing. What a wonder. Pre-recorded? Absolutely. Everything has been... Also, I possess recognition to understand what was being said on chat at all times. No. What's chatters are all paid actors? You have your queue to send the message. Not even. I set up a bot to send them for you. You just need to give me your login information. Next to your credit card information also. Amazing. At least cannot really get angry. No, nothing to really worry about. I got done with this area, so no more problems. Life is beautiful. Okay, I can actually continue with what I was saying then. But yeah, then, therefore, problem is in the concept of algorithms and whatnot, there is something that predominates, that is associated mostly with content itself, not so much inside of the conversation of what we have to do, what we talk about when it comes to the notion of, yeah, unavoidably, therefore, you're consuming algorithm and you're getting yourself modified, anti-acceptable and acceptable things. I mean, no, wait. There is actually something bad happening there. I remember something about how specifically places like Instagram seem to have incredibly... What the fuck is this? No, I don't want this. There goes the best item in the game. God knows what it did. Not opening that. I can... Wait. Huh? Ah! I understand. Give me this, take this. I can stock this, I can stock this, I can stock this. No wait, I actually have to cook everything, so what's intentional? Give me this. Give me this, give me this. There we go. There we go. Amazing. Give me this. So, what's the point of this area? Like, what's the issue? Isn't this area, like, incredibly easy? You should simply have a lot of tumbling weights and whatnot. I think that this area is, like, 10 times easier than the other one, probably. There we go. Got to confident. Have to get... What the fuck? Ah, you cannot sit in the sun, I guess. Understandable. Understandable. I am burning. What the fuck? I see. It was all to easy to actually win, otherwise. Oh no, yeah, there is no enemy besides the light of the day. Don't you know that? What is that noise? The tornado. I'm getting swept away. I'm getting absolutely swept away. It has spawned next to me. You're fucking soaking with me. You're fucking with me. Can you... Amazing. What a video game. Okay, where am I? Okay, it actually allowed me to move closer. Beautiful. Unless this one comes to me. I like how I try to say anything, then I get a reminder that I have to play a game, so I have to forget anything that I was actually saying. Just to lock in for a second. Wait a moment. No! Oh, I thought it was approaching. It isn't. What do I actually do? It's like... Yeah, no. How do you actually do this? How do you go up there? Like, are there places to hide or something? How do you move otherwise? No, I have no. I'm gonna burn myself to death. Okay, good enough. Yes. Then continue for the next 5 seconds until yet another thing distracts me. One of the issues of the... Why are you moving, man? The hand has a shadow. The pointy finger has a shadow. Why does it have a shadow? Is it a physical object in the world? What? Like, I can't grab onto it. What? Amazing. Game programming is my passion. I was saying. Okay. Happens then in algorithms that things are controversial and you, by the consumption of them, get, in many cases, told that you are doing something quote-unquote bad, because unavoidably you shouldn't be talking about those things. You shouldn't be immersed in those conversations. Like, everybody around you can be saying something related to this particular problem, but even if you don't want that, even if you're not willing to do that, you are still going to participate anyways, because that is how we work now. And holy shit, this is so much the case that right now a current problem also has arisen with the particular aspect of algorithms in its present mode of existence, and that is a lot of them have the situation of, you know what, sadly you don't really get to decide what you can also avoid. There are so many ways by which I think it has always been present, like ever since internet existed, it has been to some degree a conversation or a point of disgust. Why can I pick up? What the fuck can I pick up at? What do I do with a cactus? What? Whatever. I thought it was going to be something useful, actually. No. Okay, there we go. Ooh. I think it was actually a great idea, because otherwise I would have probably not been capable of. There we go. So you actually need these items to progress any forward. I see. Can I take it back? No, right? Like, I think it's stuck there. Why did I get a particle of air? Doesn't matter. It's trying to say, basically, that it has always been a problem to some degree. It's always something that when you're listening to the current things that happen in relation to all of the algorithms and whatnot, you can try to bet or whatever you dislike and remove it from your proximity, but it is still, it will come back at some point or another. No matter, for example, an actual example on YouTube, no matter how much you try to hit, don't show me this channel, this content, again, you're at some point or another unavoidably going to get shown that stuff again. Even if you don't want any of that, and even if you are utterly disgusted by it and go out of your way to make sure, there is only a handful of ways by which you can actually achieve that, and they are not intrinsic to the platform. You have to, as always, install add-ons, install extensions, and all of those things to do so. But besides that, you're almost always being forced to consume things that you don't really want it goes a little bit beyond the aspect of I don't care about this, and it becomes the aspect of I don't want to hear out this at all. Yet I am still being forced to. So why the fuck is there dynamite? What? Why did it turn on? What the fuck? What? What do I do? Can I run past the dynamite? What sets you off? Goodbye. Good luck. Be careful of the explosions. Okay, yeah. I have. Ah, they bring down stuff from the mountains. Understandable. Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. But you know what I can also do? Watch this. Fuck the dynamite. There we go. Can it explode? Wow, cinema. It's cinema. What's the? No, I don't have the. No, there was cinema. Ah, amazing. You cannot see. There is no F3. The video is over. They are new emotes, yeah. Also, how do I actually move now that the day is coming? Time to spend my next 20 minutes in this little section. How do I actually get back here? Like, I die next. Amazing. I know I will die, but it took me so long to get. No! Move. There we go. Explorers, luggage. What do we have? Here state. Ah, amazing. Give me this. It doesn't kill the burn. Why do I have it then? Like, why do you exist if you're not going to do the most basic function that you can? Holy healing, yeah. Also, I didn't take any. No, okay. I took a bandage. Do I actually need only a bandage? Fuck the bandage. I didn't realize. Probably it isn't as heavy, but I can take this. Good enough. Okay, there we go. Amazing. One pixel of light that burns me away. Trying to think out this and trying to explain something is diabolically complicated. But we got it. Through the power of ADHD, I will let you to be capable of saying whatever you want. Tell myself as I forget exactly what is this? Why is it getting crystals? What does it mean? Holy fuck! Amazing, what a beautiful area. What a beautiful area. What a piece of land. And you don't get to see anything. And there's sunscreen? Wow! Finally a mechanic that I can counter in some understandable way. What the fuck? Ah, I sprayed. Yet I am the social factor, reminding me myself of my mistake of. Don't you love that? No. Give me this. This. So how much does it last? Like I have no visual indicator. Who needs that anyways? Also, what happens if I take a cactus? If I pick up a cactus. That thing was moving? Am I fucking crazy? The fuck was that? Can't happen. What? The game added hallucinations. Amazing. So, you know, my favorite part of playing anything getting traumatized by the psychological aspect, which makes no sense whatsoever. So, continuing. What happens then once you actually encounter something related mostly with the things that you don't want is then yeah, we fall back into the algorithm of rage bait and whatnot. There is always the situation of I don't really care about this content, but I am still anyways being forced to consume it. So I find myself affected and find my and okay, so there is a particular discourse related to that. Can I squeeze through here actually? Like, can I actually? Alright. There is like 1 pixel over here. Can you let me? No. Here and that. Here. Don't you let me? I know you want to let me. I'm about to fall off. No, I can't. It's what's the meme? A father of 3. The moment they go cave diving. Ah. Wait, I know you. Fuck you. Oh my god! Why are there so many? It became a PvP area out of nowhere. Ah, maybe that's why the sand was moving, like you're shaking up the scorpions. Is there like a big ugly scorpion at some point that I have to fight? Here. Excuse me for trying to explain something, yet watching like after every other sentence it gets interrupted. Can happen. I see a new world, I get surprised by it, and all of the things that it contains. I am amazed always, moved by all the things that I never got to see before. Happy like never before, moved by the reality that unfolds before my very eyes, but still so surprised, so lost in all of it that I feel like it all stopped making sense long ago. But I cannot avoid feeling moved towards continue. I cannot avoid the continuation of that very same machine of pleasure creating sensations? I don't think so. Just the encounter with the new is enough. Also, what is this music? You know what? Don't. There we go. No! Okay. I thought I was actually going to fall down. Whatever. Also, haven't highlighted in like God longs? How? What? God knows how long. Yes. God longs for something better out of every single person, yet we have failed. Once again. Is this it? Something tells me that this is not at all the direction to go towards. But who am I to know which place is the actual right one? Like, oh yeah, yeah, tiny hit. Throw here. What? There is a mine? There is not a mine. What the fuck is this? No, there is a mine. What? There is nothing in the mine. Got fucking scammed. It would have been amazing if it was unstable or something, but like, what's the lore? How do people actually live here? I understand that we are outsiders in a danger zone. Fuck you. Wait, I have the very solution for this problem. Can I... There we go. I knew saving you would bring me great pleasure. This area was somehow 20 times easier than the last. Holy shit. I took the wrong direction. I spent my chain. The wrong thing. No, here. We trust the process. It leads to somewhere. It has to lead to somewhere. It has to lead to somewhere. It leads to somewhere. Yes. One bit. There we go. No. There we go. Okay. So. Anyways. No, wait. Back out of there. Okay, here. Let's see. How many do I have? One more. I was so close, man. I was so close. Time doesn't want me to win. What if we spend a little bit of time doing nothing? What do we have here? Rope? Nothing else really? Like, what's the point of rope? Ah, rope is the social item. Tie knot? Spool. I can't climb anywhere, right? Yeah. Not with a rope, at least. Here. What? Throw. But the problem is, now I need to throw the rope somewhere around here, so you're going to fall off. Ah, goodbye. Amazing. That's so meaningful. Was entirely worth it. Continuing then. Let me retake the explanation. Let me actually summarize what I have been trying to say because I lost myself even inside of all this stuff. Basically, quick summary is that yeah, in basic notion, you have in the current day algorithms that alter the way in which you interact with content to the degree to which you are no more capable of actually deciding what you want to see, because even when you believe that you are being forced so much to consume exactly what they have decided would be beneficial for you to be watching according to their analytics, that in the present day most people don't have the possibility of deciding by themselves. There is always a caveat with all of that. I didn't emphasize on that enough, but there is the caveat of in some cases you can actually not have such a bad time yourself, because it isn't implied that you will always be consuming horrible stuff in terms of unavoidably. The capacity to not consume slop, basically, resides a lot, or rests a lot in the hands of the person who can understand that, yeah, I don't truly want to consume this. I understand what it is, but I will willingly not watch it at all. I don't need to, for example, a simple enough kind of slope is something like what Mr. Beast does nowadays. I don't really need to watch that. I don't really need to go for that thing. Even if it is, like, I haven't tried to actually think out that in terms of, I don't think it is all that bad. It seemed like a good meme the first time I read it, but the more you try to find examples of that sort, the more you realize it wasn't entirely wrong. There is quite a huge issue with the stuff like... What the... with the stuff like what Mr. Beast does, because it is what falls under the category of quality slope. It is good, but it is just good enough. It is like Marvel. Marvel is the best example always for quality slope. It is great, but it is great because it is literally the most boring thing. Not because it is, wow, an actual amazing movie or anything like that. Also, do I need to go for that pickaxe? Like, is that something special? Who knows? We will never know. I shall move past that. Do I need it? Perhaps I need it. I can get it, actually. Oh my god. Me against the temptations of life. I am going to kill myself for trying to get this pickaxe. Doesn't matter. What the fuck? Ah! Holy shit. No, holy. Could have ended so badly. Why did they set a fucking pickaxe there? What was the point of that? But well. Let me throw this. There we go. I think you understand when you're running out of... What was it? I was gonna say deodorant. No, that wasn't deodorant. What did I just use? Sunscreen. Because you can see it from the surrounding, like from the borders of the screen, slowly fading away, probably. Hope so. Can you stop? Okay, then. Scroll. Open? What do you say? Embrace the cold. Whoa. One of the scouts stepped on a sea urchin and died. I was out to it. Who knows what we were saying, man? Good luck. What do you say? Actually. But one of the other kids touched a weird statue and brought back... Can you let me read? Brought their friend back to life? Seems like this island bends the rules of mortality itself. How wacky. Perhaps something else interesting might happen if we use a statue when everyone is still alive. Can you... Yes, I can. It's cooked and now it's... Well done, and now it's... Burned, and now... Incinerated, and now... Nothing else. Goodbye. Explorer's Lights. Oh my god! Doesn't look incinerated. Reasonable. No, no, it's absolutely well done. Wait. What does our friend, the ancient statue, have here? Give me the Book of Bones. I wanted to ask what this does, but don't tell me. Don't say anything. Is the rescue claw useful? What do you mean if it is useful? You haven't played single player? It's literally a hook. It's amazing. It's the best item. You literally have a hook. It's so kino. And now I throw myself head first. Holy shit, where am I trying to go? Holy... It was all calculated. Entirely calculated. What are these things? Are these like lava tornadoes? Do they... Huh? Ah, it was stacked rock. Understand also. Take it. I see. The mechanic is clear enough. It randomly gets boiling hot. Ah! Deserved. Do I have another healing? No, I have a rope cannon. Wow. So useful. Such a great item. have no food actually. Holy moly. Who said we need any food anyways? How do you actually move between rocks? Like, did I just kill myself? No, right? Yes, I'm slowly killing. No. Okay. No! Stop burning! There we go. Amazing. So this area is way too serious. I cannot talk like this. I'm going to lose it. What if I use the rescue hook? Give me this. Let's see what happens. Also, I can escape towards there. What else can I try to do? There are 5 particles. This area is going to burn up. I am going to die. I am going to get burned up here too. No? Amazing. At least it isn't realistic. Like, probably with this big of a fire, if you are this close, you will be getting cooked yourself. But we don't play this game for the realism, so doesn't matter. This area, somehow, these areas are easier than the one in which I actually almost died. No, in which I died multiple times actually. The only problem, I have a gameplay problem. I cannot run and jump at the same time. Now it would have been a very good time to be capable of doing that. Amazing, I didn't even need it. Okay, we have this. No, I'm going to get burned. Am I? No, alright. Okay, watch the fire. No, we can't. It's coming! Fire is coming! What are you saying, man? Calm down. Oh my god! Lava! Yeah, probably when oil the lava is going to be hot. What do you think about it? What do you think, huh? What do you expect, man? This is it. I have become a master at this video. I say as I am about to get boiled alive. For being overconfident. Oh my god. Okay. This seems like a safe space so far. I don't like so much to hear all the vibrations. Like, it's making me nervous unnecessarily. Can I go up here? Like, is there any point in going up? These things, are there treasures or something? I didn't see any, but who knows? We can waste a little bit of time here, no? For sure. Not gonna regret doing that. I have never regretted anything in my life, and this is yet another case of that very same thing. And it burns the entire piece of rock? What a great thing that I decided to go up this one. Just to see nothing. Amazing. But well, it was all for the sake of clip farming. What are you doing? The problem is... Okay, watch this. It's... Oh! I thought it was gonna be closer. Holy shit. Why did it let me fly? I thought it wasn't gonna be like that. Holy, anyways, that's drama. But yeah, you see, I told you, it's an amazing item. It's Kino. It's a grappling hook. It's... What's the game? It's... I was gonna say Skyrim. Obviously not. Obviously not Skyrim. There is a chain down here, but you're probably getting cooked while you ride, no? Like, that's the fun of it? Yes. Oh my god, I am getting entirely cooked, actually. Go up here, go up, go up, go up. I lost almost all my energy, and I have no food to heal myself anyways, so... I am in a very bad spot, basically. Nah, don't worry. It's everything under control. I had mastered already. I say. As I get torn to pieces. I like how there is actually nothing here, like... It makes sense in terms of thematically speaking. It's a fucking volcano, so what are you expecting? Do you truly think things are going to survive in this area? I am clip farming. Once again, it is all pre-recorded. And it doesn't fucking work! How do I get down from here? Go on, go on, go on. You mean... No! I might have actually died. Can I survive this? Can I... My friend, the grappling hook. Ah, arigato. What do I have here? No, 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 no! No, no. The rope cannon. Okay. Watch this. Have you seen an Indiana Jones movie? Ah, I'm amazing. It was all a calculated move. This area is out to do it. No. Ah, yes, yes it is, yes it... Yes, it was out to do it. Absolutely cooked. Oh my god! Ah, the entire temple starts to boil. Actually, amazing. What a great mechanic. Don't you love that? Because I certainly do. There we go. Okay, here. How do I even do this, brother? Here. This is it, this is it. Yeah, almost there, we're almost there. Yeah! What do you have for me? Ancient statue? Anti-rope! Oh my... Where is my fucking backpack, brother? I can only take 3 items. No way, you're telling me that. You're joking with me. You just come down to this. And I have... Give me some food, I beg you. For the love of God, okay. Yes. And a balloon. It's back above the rope shooter part, not too far. What? If I don't go for it, what? I am well enough. How do you actually drop it? I am surprisingly great at this game sometimes. Also, I know that if you get like 2 bundles of balloons, you rise into the sky. What happens? Holy shit. What are you doing? Can you not fly? You know what? Fuck the python. Give me this. There we go. We're gonna take care of this stuff. And there is no saving point back there? Why? Unreasonable. What's that? Where do I go from here? I want to see the lava rising in front of me. I wanna get an immersive experience. I have no clue how this works. What's the right? This is literally a tunnel. Like, what? What are you telling me? Have to walk forward. Wow. So hard. I say as the volcano erupts and fucking... Nah, don't worry. Just some fumes. Okay, I was trying to make a point. Some... Ah! Makes sense. Finally, my brother. Thank you so much. I knew you weren't going to abandon me. The problem is... What the fuck? The kiln. So I was actually right. There is... The fuck is this? The kiln, huh? 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 Do you know? What's the challenge here like? Is there actual lava here? What happens? Watch this. No, wait. Doesn't this like a ragdoll view or something? I think it's bad. Yeah, we're here to play games, no? Let me... let me fucking... That was way too close. Let me... Oh my god. There we go. Watch, let me activate this. This. Holy, no, 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 no. Okay, okay. Okay, wasn't that bad. And what does the balloon do? Absolutely nothing. What do you mean, rip? Here we have it with us. What do you even mean? One of them? Ah, yeah, the other one. Unavoidably, like, everything has its expiration date in this world. Sometimes you have to live knowing that and be willing to say goodbye when the time comes. And at least accept that it was a great enough experience. But you cannot hold to those memories for so long. It can happen, and it can be the case even what we love the most sometimes leaves our side, even when we are not ready. But that is part of life. Sometimes you see things go and you cannot feel what that emptiness, that their absence creates, and that is all good. It's part of the person's existence to learn to live with that. It's part of the journey. I don't know, I am absolutely scared of actually dying, so excuse me. I am trying to not do that. No! No! You didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. I am professional clip farmer. The lava rises, I'm going to kill myself. I entirely fucked up. Who could have seen that coming? It doesn't rise that much anyways. Fucking hate my life. New feet, new hat, new look, new hat, new feet. so real for that. Literally me, brother. Where do we get this? What is this? Like, this is a fucking gnome outfit. Amazing. Wait, I have this? It ruins like 50%. There we go, this. Mood. This is how I walk down the street. No, anyways. Oh my god. I need to take a break. I don't know if I can do it then. I need to not crash out. I was so close. I got to desire things is to be tempted by the very same desire which you have accepted into your life. And sometimes the problem is you have accepted something that you shouldn't have. You have set your eyes on something that you will never get. The problem is being capable of saying this is the case. Happens. Sometimes happens and you fail simply because you are wanting too much in this life. But that's how we are. We are very greedy and cannot get rid of that no matter what we do. My man. Can we play something else? It's what's the word? Palette cleanser. Can I play something like that instead? Do I even have anything like that? Let me get some water. Let me get some water. Ay, ay, ay. Swear to God. No. Let me get some water. It's not over. I saw it. It's possible. It's doable. You got some drip? Yeah. At least that much. What are we doing? The problem wasn't even the video game, it was me, but I got too nervous. I was like, no, wow, we're almost there. Let me use the hook and finally leave it. Just to fucking... I will reflect on my mistakes anyways. How can people become professional speedrunners so rapidly, so quickly? What's missing there? What's the missing part? I am just too impatient. Anyways, give me a second. I will get some water at least, I don't know. Also, there is no music, wait. Wait, there is no music, there is no nothing. This game is amazing. I want to play classical music, and you know what's the best part? There are so many ways to get copyrighted thanks to that. It's beautiful. There are so many things that, even if they're incredibly old, anyways, they get copyrighted for some random reason. They shouldn't, but they do anyways. What's the... I played a song, what was it? Let me see, I have it here. Morning, glorious morning, yes. There is a glorious morning too. No, the problem is that I also want to hear it myself and I didn't play it before, so you don't want to listen to that. I'm not going to let you hear that. Not before I popular, oldest. Dark Dreams? Perhaps we can hear that confrontation. This one. And now this one doesn't have isn't NCS and I get copyrighted on both channels. Life is crashing out, I don't know. Anyway, let me actually leave. Wow. I'm back. No, bronxing. This one. Well, man. I don't know. What's the sensation? I had an idea. It's like not no. Okay, the problem is it's not exactly that. That's the problem. I was gonna say it's like when you get down from a what is it? From a where am I? What? From a mountain? From a mountain rush? No, what the fuck is the word? The scary mountains that go like ooh, and such, you know? No, not that. Anyways, point is, it was like all the all the neurons getting activated at the same moment, bringing in the moment of panic all the senses heightened and the crash anyways being on a way door. But I did realize something. Funnily enough, the actual issue I think was the kiln is more psychological warfare than anything else. There is no problem with the kiln, man. Another run? No, yeah, I'm not giving up. I am not giving up. That's why I was saying, all other places, for some reason, at least for me, it's 10 times harder to go through the whole second area, always. At the third area was fine, like the desert area was incredibly easy. What is it? What was the fourth area? Was the volcano area? All of that is easy. If I can survive the second area, I can survive the rest of the run. The kiln is not hard at all. Like, yeah, the lava is rising. Wow, so surprising, brother. It moved. Okay, the lava was here. It moved from there to here. And we have all of this. Wow. I thought it was actually like an eventful thing, like, yeah, the lava is rising, you're about to die. No, it was nothing. But anyways, this is the run then. Whatever. Then we have like 20 minutes before I have to actually focus on what I'm trying to say. Let me... Quick summary, I think it's the second, third time that I do the same thing. And at this point, probably, it has been so long that, yeah, I should... What does this thing do? By the way, like, this one I actually wanted to know. What does the checkpoint flag do? What's the point of checkpoint flag? Yeah, you settled down a checkpoint, so true. Thank you so much. So real for that. But no, I was trying to say, basically, that quick summary of all the theory that I have tried to explain so far, because otherwise I am also slowly getting lost myself on it. I didn't exactly utilize the term itself, but it falls under the title of the panopticon and whatnot. If you know all of that stuff, you can skip ahead a lot of the preliminary text and information to make sense out of what I'm trying to say, basically. The panopticon is an incredibly generalized, I think it was Foucault, the person who started it, or who popularized it, basically. The panopticon itself existed already from older times, thanks to the whole method of prisons and whatnot. Then it became known as the thing which was being utilized to watch over the prisoners, but what the philosopher, which I mentioned, who was trying to talk about, was the notion of, but nowadays, socially speaking, we are adopting many more similar modes of quote-unquote panopticons, meaning particularly that, surprisingly enough, am I playing on easy? Why do I have no weight? The balloons give me no weight? No way. Wait. Is this the case? Let me drop this. And take this. No. How do I do this? I cannot do this. I can. I can do this and I can do this. Oh, wait, what? I can do this and I can do this. Why do I have no weight? What? Why do I actually have no weight? What's happening? Huh? Can't happen. Whatever. I actually thought it was the balloon, so no clue. But yeah, I was saying, the panopticon serves, in its basic conception, what gets expressed as many other forms of control, of societal control, is the whole aspect of, but nowadays we are all being told what matters, we are all being told what is important. In the ever-observing world, you never have the possibility of resting because you understand that you are at all times being watched. The panopticon itself presents the notion of an ever-vigilant state, so to speak. It is represented throughout the different institutions that have adopted the very same form of control of the masses and whatnot, and in this very same case, unavoidably, to a basic enough degree, everyone can understand that it means then, in social platforms, yeah, in the societies of internet, there is still something present of that sort, because unavoidably, you are still going to be talking about the panopticon and you're going to still be included within it in any moment in which you are being controlled to check if you are going in accordance with what is being established as the norm and what is being described as the acceptable behavior and whatnot. So, that much is present, but also is simple enough so that it applies to a simple degree. Okay, another... I think what happened, my point is that I think what happened ended up being that somehow we reached an even further layer of that without ever realizing, because the algorithm itself gets to serve that function now. Now you're also not even capable of choosing as much anymore what you truly want, and there is a possibility of getting out of that. But the way by which you get controlled once you choose to not participate in the popular discourse is by getting excluded of the conversations. You are... I presented it before in terms of you lose the possibility of having proper discussions with anyone as long as you're not consuming what is quote-unquote trending like them and such. So that's where I feel like... Yet again, I did the same thing with the fucking Remedy Fungus 2 times in a row. I'm amazing. That's where I think it unavoidably comes into play, the whole aspect of, yeah, you have... The panopticon presents itself nowadays in this form, and that has to mean, that has to be related, therefore, to how we get to interact with this whole world of substances and the virtual world even. Because before you truly didn't care that much about what happened and what used to be present. You didn't have to control your... Not that you had to control, you got to consume whatever you wanted. Now you have to control. If you truly divert yourself from consuming what everyone else does... I will probably kill Terran if I eat this food, but... also, this has multiple uses. I am not going to get tempted. Thank you, Mr. Devil, but I... No. Oh my god, scout cookies. Exactly what I need. This and this is... This... Give me... What does the 45 milk do, actually? This... Also, I have another water here? Yeah. Wow. This... Something tells me that I probably shouldn't cook the balloons. I wonder what. Huh? Huh? Why am I... What? Huh? Why am I carrying weight now? Huh? Huh? God, wait. That happened. I guess. Only God knows. Is it the outfit? I don't think... The outfits don't have any benefit, do they? No way. It would make no sense, like... It's a reasonable explanation. I am pretty sure I have... No. I have heard enough about this game to be absolutely sure that that cannot be the case. Welcome back, actually, CJ. Oh. You're still fine. Hey. Okay. We are very close to where we left, basically, because we're on the second area again. You're a man? Can happen. It's... I don't know. Why? If not, then I hope this can help. I don't really think this... I am not the person in most cases, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah. What's something useful? Just lonely can happen. It's most of adult life gets to be like that. Most of the time that we pass gets to be in a solitude that sometimes gets called unbearable. I don't know. I don't think. I am way too lost on my own sauce sometimes, but I don't feel like it is that bad to have those times of solitude. It's out finding what you truly... There is a lot of things that I want to do that I can only do when I am alone. Not, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, but rather the actual contents with which I want to engage with, and the actual things that I want to keep on progressing, which I am not capable of approaching as long as I am surrounded by so many other influences, that kind of thing. And it is always useful to remember those. The issue is, in many cases it doesn't even happen that one gets to appreciate them, but... Or, not that one doesn't get to appreciate them, rather that one doesn't know how to identify those before the time of solitude comes. But as long as you have your mental capacity, you don't like the talks you have when by yourself. No, makes sense. There is the whole aspect of it's difficult to be capable of having a good conversation with oneself while I am in my own mind. Holy, almost. And I have quite a lot of issues with actually finding it pleasurable to be in my own head during those eras, yes. But it also is a lot about... But I have these other distractions which aren't really that bad, that I can approach and that I can utilize to keep on progressing in different ways, that aren't as distractful anymore, because they still serve as a noise, so to speak, as some sort of noise to don't get entirely consumed by the rest. Something like that, basically. Also, I'm about to die. Something tells me. Can I get out of here? There is... Oh my god. There has been no wind. I am there. Why? No, I'm not. You know... Yeah. Can happen. I don't know. Okay, no, I don't know. The eternal basic point is always to say, no, remember to go to a professional and whatnot. It's the easy answer out. I don't want to deal with the problem myself. I feel like I'm not physically capable of saying anything that might be substantial. Or anything that actually hits the nail in the head, so to speak. Also, I who could have expected that in the second area? That's a skills you? Yeah. I actually needed more. I needed to get out of there faster, that's the problem. Also, okay, yes. I have no problem. Why am I having issues here? No problem, no. I have no benefits. Why was I having no weight? That was my concern, anyways. What's saying? The easy answer, once again, is, oh yeah, you have to go to a professional. Don't worry about that. It's better to consult somebody else and whatnot. To some degree, unavoidably, be responsible. Clear enough, take care of yourself. Important detail. But assuming that is already even, don't worry. Can happen. I don't know, something that I always find annoying is the whole aspect of, no, we are all so great. I don't know, man. I have many ideas that I don't want to share with anyone else in many cases. The only The difference is the capacity to be willing to sometimes sit with the things that you think are bad and be capable of the whole notion of diffusing them, basically. Being capable of realizing that it's something bad, yes, but it isn't entirely myself. Like, I don't know. I know that I am playing bad, but I cannot entirely let the notion of me playing bad upset my entire day. Nor I cannot let, even more so because this is going to present itself in the future, I have the right to be capable of not dealing with the same weight that I have dealt with the rest of my life at some point. And I also do possess the capacity to process those things, you know? So, that part. Yeah, can happen. I don't know. Something along the lines of the routine and whatnot. So much of being us is around the notion of, you know, I have always the very same handful of things that keep on repeating themselves. The whole, I don't know, I don't think it is that strange. The many similar problems, similar situations, things that are problematic anyways, but one cannot really get rid of, can happen. But I don't know. Don't choose power through, but keep going. Don't worry so much. Things are not that great, let's say, yes, but it doesn't deserve to be a moment of that's it. Here. Today I give in to the temptation of just closing my eyes for the entire day and doing nothing. Even in solitude, one doesn't have to truly suffer that much, you know? Just... yeah, I am doing half the work. I am telling you that you can find it, but I'm not really telling you how to find it. Part of the personal journey is at some point you can finally develop a method of coping with the world that lets you feel like you're truly in power, so to speak, you know? But the problem is, if you don't get to find it yourself, you don't get to really feel like it belongs to you, like it truly solves the things that you go through. So, that's part of the issue. That's most of the problem, actually. With the stuff like, yeah, anything related to psychology, actually. Sometimes the problem cannot really be solved, no matter what, how much one wants to. But what matters is at least knowing that you can do it yourself. So yes, it can happen. It can happen too. Some days we feel miserable, you know? Slowly sinking? Yeah. And what's the basic expression? This shall pass too. It's part of doing, part of wishing, part of participating in stuff. I mean, so much of it actually is part of being around others. One of the funniest things is always not getting to really understand how things get to work. So much of the mystery in talking to other people and whatnot is also that very same notion of no one has any actual clue how things are moving, how things are acting and whatever. We do whatever we can, and we all assume that the other person also understands when things could use a lot more clarity. Still quite hard to actually use, quite hard to actually implement, but don't worry. It's all part of life, sadly. I don't truly think it's the whole notion of there are kids dying out of hunger in Africa doesn't really have to bring you any kind of easement to your own pain, but the realization of at least it isn't only your sorrow that exists with that sense. Not that wow, we all share similar problems. I still want the problem itself to be solved. It doesn't really change anything. I wish every single person also felt some sort of dread, some sort of desire that was difficult to actually satisfy in a meaningful manner, something that everyone could actually understand. But even if that was the case, it doesn't make the problem itself be so annoying. But it's fine. It's fine. It's part of being. Once again, the same remark as before. Don't believe me. Don't, for the love of God, don't believe me. Don't do yourself. Don't do to yourself that. Don't believe the random guy. If things get complicated, you know, every single person deserves the possibility of getting proper attention, and I don't know, it's always complicated to actually talk about, yeah, you need to go, or you can go. Yeah. Well, I don't know, I guess this one I truly think doesn't solve anything, but so much of the life of most people is always questioning if the thing that you're doing is the actual right one. I don't truly think anyone can entirely live knowing that what they chose is the right thing. You can only justify to yourself enough. Okay, personally, if I continue. I think that most people can only justify enough what they encounter and what they can understand about how things work. Not that, yeah, you know what, this is the right answer, and this is the right formula. You can only spend so much time trying to make sense out of who you are, what you do, until it finally becomes acceptable enough to you. But in the back of the mind, there is always, let's say like this, the possibility of finding the right coming back, get another day in which you don't truly know if what you're doing right now will be the thing that works out, will be the thing that lets you be happy, will be any of those meaningful, impactful parts that you're looking for. But, yes, happens, sadly. Just, I don't know. I guess, no, actually, I had an actual answer. Something that I actually always like in that sense is the whole notion. One day, actually, you can find something that feels good enough for you. The issue is stopping all the other. It's getting too deep once again. Don't hear any of the things that I said seriously. But one of the wonders of life is also you will want something with all your heart, but you will get told that it doesn't matter, that it isn't the worst thing to go for, the right thing to aspire towards. So you will be sometimes not exactly forced, but pushed against what you have said. I truly know I want. And I don't know, sadly, I don't want to make too many assumptions, but if you're younger, you'll have those aspects of, I have still to convince my parents that this is what I actually want. I have to convince the people around me that I am actually not crazy, not following a whim of nature or something like that. So it's hard to get to finally be doing what you want, but better to do that than to never get to live the life that satisfies you to begin with. So don't worry. It's hard but necessary work, I guess, in that sense. Or at least, no, yeah, I don't know. I was actually going to retract that, but no, I don't think so. I think it's a lie to say no, yeah, it doesn't matter. You can live your life, your entire life as a lie. No, it is quite important to be capable of having something that you care for. So, in this case, don't worry so much. You can entirely survive that dread. Better to go through that than to once again realize this once you are 50. But I shall repeat myself for the 5th time or so. Don't trust me. Don't ever trust me. Do not do yourself that. There are people who have way too much confidence when they speak, and I, at least in this handful of things that I feel like I have any clue about what I'm saying, I speak too much. So yeah, don't. Any idea that I pronounce out that can get ignored. If you feel like it's wrong, don't worry. Also, we're in the mushroom guy area once again. So where to? I think I can go towards that. What the fuck are you doing, Scarab? I'm going to. Oh! How I love a Woodman drink. Here, okay. It feels like the only clear path over there, and I never tried that path anyway, so we are gonna see. If it fails, it fails. It is what it is sometimes. This is pink? No way. No way, this is also a cloud of fucking poison. No, it isn't. Why does it look like that then? Huh? No! Okay, there we go. Ah, I am at the very border. Okay. I understand. Here, weirds? What? I think it's the first time that I hear a weird. Or at least like this close. Am I approaching a weird's nest? What's going on? Context. Nothing. Okay. The fog rises. Well. No, oh my god. Can I stay here? No. Don't do this to me. Okay. The mushroom guy is close. It seems. Yes, he is close. The question is where exactly? I have an idea. Let me... Before the wind comes... No! I'm going to rage quit. I'm going to fucking... Wait. Did you know you can be pushed back? Goodbye, motherfucker. I lost something. I didn't. Oh my god, no. No. Pardon, I cannot take any more of this video game. Let me try to finish the point. Actually, yeah, the hand is a physical object in the world somehow. Amazing. Don't you love that? I'm done. I'm absolutely done. Anyways, let me finish what I was trying to say then. The point that I was trying to make before is in relationship to social networks. Are they called that? Social platforms and whatever. Websites and all of that is something that I feel like is happening way too much recently, and that is sadly, it seems to be the case in most of them, that we are almost always forced to be interacting with the stuff that we do not really want, and the Panopticon presents a notion that is incredibly useful, and that is the not exactly with those terms, but basically the fear-mongering campaigns that are driven to make people believe that things are incredibly bad or incredibly controlled. And in this case, I wasn't really that much. Once again, I didn't really think about it before, but any kind of negative action that could happen to any user now belongs to that category. Now we're almost always feeding stuff like a ban, a cancellation of some sort, doing the ridicule on the internet and whatnot, the whole character assassination without the cancellation itself. All of those things are encapsulated in that, and all of those things are found in that platform existing as, sadly it seems to be the case that we are actually living in a world in which it's almost impossible to be capable of saying, I can, like before, use internet freely. It has become yet another sort of panopticon. We really cannot use it as freely, even if, because the messages, the fear-mongering campaigns are, if you're seeing this down here, the reality, the fear that we believe is incoming is over here, incredibly high. But the true power of those things is near below the ground almost sometimes, non-existent. Things are not that impossible, and things are not that controlled. Okay, yes, there are some actions that you can do, like, I don't know, easy, you kill somebody, you are always going to be punished, but in relationships to the average user, to the average experience and whatnot, it doesn't really have to be that dark, that bad, that negative. The person is far more willing to believe that things are at risk than what they truly are. And the point is, yes, I think that sadly, social platforms have entered a new era in which it is unavoidable to fall prey to these notions, even if you don't really want to. Even if you don't really want to say, you know what, I believe that this is that I am going to find myself suffering for anything. Many users are being limited by things that aren't going to really affect them, and many attitudes that go towards the things that we want. In the end, what I mentioned before to some degree, what I want to do with my own life, what I want to go for, that I believe might have some meaning, so many of those fears are also represented and found and what's materialized thanks to these other limitations of, you know what, you're going to get cancelled if you try to say anything that matters. When sometimes the opinion that one possesses about things, as long, always, something that I always try to say, as long as you can actually explain yourself properly enough, there is something wonderful that these people are willing to listen. Even if it is something quote-unquote controversial, it doesn't mean that you have killed yourself simply because you tried to say something that might not go along with the common opinion or whatever. So yes, no, that's it, I guess. Yes, we're done. It's enough for today. I cannot take it anymore, this game. Well, yet another day that it wins. Tomorrow, try again. Tomorrow, try to win. For the love of God, at some point it's gonna happen. But well, as I was saying, basically, I wasn't really saying that. Basically, yes, we're done. Thanks for everything. It was very good. As always, remember to take care. Remember to, I don't know, stay happy, stay hydrated, be responsible, do the things that you want, hope for things. Talk out stuff. Have a time. Actually, something. I can try to talk out that tomorrow, but yeah, something that I have started to implement. I don't really know how much of that is actual usefulness and actual placebo effect, but humming, HUMMINC, that thing seems to have some degree of effect on the whole vague nerve. Vagal nerve? Vagus? Vague? No clue. A nerve on the brain that lets you calm down even more, basically. So yeah, perhaps you can try that. And anyways, point is, we are done for today. It was good enough. We didn't get the win. But it was closer than ever, so probably tomorrow, if everything goes well, tomorrow. And yes, thank you. Yes, sorry. Thank you for the time, the patience, the interest, all. It was beautiful. So yeah, whenever we get to see ourselves, we shall, and even if we don't, it was still as meaningful as it got to be, and I am thankful for all of it. So please take care, and yeah, bye.